Hello, welcome to Dustin's, crap, I already forgot what I was
Cool.
gonna say. Welcome to Dustin's video.
I was like, you got this.
Well, welcome to sleeping Freminet. Oh, look, he's waking up. Anyway, so for this recording, I clearly have two guests. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
No, you first, Edge.
Well, he's a main staple. This is the first time you're ever appearing on my channel.
Hi, I'm Sparkly. You may also know me as VTuber Kitsunoni Abby Curry, and Dustin and Edge are good friends of mine, and they were so kind enough to host me on their... Is this live?
It's a recording, so.
We're recording
on
it.
their recording that you will see in the future.
And I will
Like an
post.
hour later.
I will post your channel in the description below for anyone who wants to see your channel.
Thanks. Promotion.
Now let's talk to.
If
I
only
don't know
people
how to
did that
pronounce.
with my commissions.
You know what? Before we learn how to pronounce her name, how do we think it's pronounced?
Delarush?
That's what I was thinking, like De La Roche.
Dealer coach.
I think it's De La
I
Roche.
almost choked on my drink.
But what if they're real after all? No, that can't be.
You sound like an old
There's
woman.
A chance.
Is the Sadine's voice
Probably
actress?
is an old woman.
It sounds very much like Sadine.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm Della Roche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help you?
That sounds like
It does
Sadine.
sound-
Like
Yeah, it's that fucking Melazine that you like.
that must be the same voice actress playing her.
I don't have enough USB outlets.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't
so
mind
we're
me.
adventurers. Oh, finally.
A lot of
Someone
that
heard
shit from
my
her.
prayers.
Paimon could tell you were really bothered by something. Don't worry, you've got two super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you as long as you pay us a little bit of mora.
Stamp.
No, Paimon was an adventurer. I thought she was just the floating textbook or something.
I mean, I guess she's technically our
you
adventure
are exactly
companion,
the helpers
so
I need.
counts. Also, that
See,
should be just
the
like our quote.
problem is
Every
that the
something we
fish
say
around
every
the
time we go
fishing
to a
spot
fucking
at
commission.
Arrhenius have just all up and vanished They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I had planned to go and investigate the area right away.
But
Right, but unfortunately, as the representative of the Fishing Association, there are a few other errands that I absolutely have to run.
So you'd like us to investigate the spot for you?
Exactly, you're right on the Mora. So I thought I could delegate this work to
Give
you.
me that Mora.
Are you two some kind of prophets, knowing
Prophets?
exactly what I was going to say like that? Or maybe like the
Just-
oracles you read about in fairy tales.
No, we're adventurers.
Sorry.
We've heard it a lot.
We're just
Now say whatever you want.
experienced in this kind
This is
of
not a.
thing,
I
that's all.
never advertise this as a family-friendly channel.
Well,
Don't say the
I
N-word.
Oh, I was...
I'll get a good night's
Well,
sleep
obviously
knowing
I'm not
the
gonna
two
say
of you
that.
Well, if
I
Blue
don't
was
like
here,
that
he
word.
would absolutely.
But don't we just need to
That's a
investigate
good
I
way
was
to
the
just
get the
missing
money.
thinking how this
It really
Della
doesn't
person
sound
character looks
cute.
so
No,
tired.
you mustn't let your guard down.
Mood though.
Hey, look,
As the
it's you in
representative of
game.
The Fishing Association. I have good reason to believe that the
Got
How
him.
dare you!
listen
She wears
due to
purple
an
and everything.
encounter with the water imps.
Ah!
Purple?
Water
Yes,
I thought that
imps.
was
we're
like a
both
light. I thought that was like a
outlanders,
dark shade of
Our
navy blue.
local
That's
fairy
like a
tales
lavender.
often
Mean.
speak of a terrifying underwater creature called
How the hell do I do this?
Thelxie. The story our parents would tell us was
Thelxie?
always the same. If we went to the water alone, then we'd be snatched away and eaten by a water imp called Thelxie.
A child eating water imp?
She's just describing
Did they tell you what it
kelpies?
looked like?
My father would always describe it as a beautiful, multicolored snake woman, while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though, because you'd also hear other people describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance. Even though
Bruh.
the tales vary
Just started
regarding
raining.
its appearance,
And Nicolette's
everyone
crying.
agrees that it's really dangerous.
No!
It lives in an underwater cave
Rena,
surrounded by
no.
pallid bones and uses its sensitive nose to track down lonely children who've lost their way. And once it finds a child, it uses
Have
its
I heard her
alluring
voice
singing
before?
voice to lure them into the water before swallowing them all. Pretty terrifying, isn't it?
Sounds kinda scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After all, those kinds of stories are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
But what if the fairy tale was inspired by a real-life tale? Just like how a water vein always has a source.
Do you have any concrete evidence?
Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se,
So no.
but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that sound just like he was responding to the call of a water imp?
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water imp?
Paimon. Don't fall for
It's all
this.
hearsay, so it's hard to confirm. But still, they all say this happened on Irenaeus.
I'm
There's no
muted
laughing
because
matter
my
if you ask me.
headphones somehow
Both the
disconnected and
Opera
I didn't
House
want
and the Fountain of Lucine
Ah.
were
Genshin to
built there,
repeat through my
and
microphone.
the sources of
Oh.
many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious mist, the huge tree with expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish heps on the island can understand human language. Is it really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a terrifying water imp as well?
Why does Paimon feel like you're pulling our leg? You're just piling on the
Why
rumors
do
now.
I feel like you voiced
Still, if someone's really
Derpy?
been hurt, then we can't just ignore the situation, right, Traveler?
We'll go.
Oh, marvelous. Then
Technically,
I'll just
she's
mark
only
the
been
stretch of
voiced by
water
2
on your
people:
map.
the original and Rarity's voice actor.
Freminet, why did I just land in the water?
Hey, babe.
You probably got zapped backwards by lightning.
I didn't though.
Oh, hi, Rarity. How can I help you?
Oh, I hear some dogs barking.
When
Someone
I
must
was
be at the
doing
house.
the Liyue story quest, I was up on the Jade Chamber talking to Ningguang, and Lamine got zapped by lightning and I got blown backwards, almost falling off the Jade Chamber.
That's great.
Oh, I wish I was recording that day.
Is this the stretch of water Delaroche was talking about?
No.
It looks really peaceful.
No.
Footprints.
These look pretty fresh.
Don't touch your foot.
Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if we can find anything else. Wait, did you hear something just now?
Sounds like fucking slimes.
Hey, babe, if I ever just
Oh.
go silent for like an extended period of time, it's probably because I'm working on something.
It's
I know.
Freminet.
Like, I'm listening, but not talking,
I'm
you know what I mean?
I forgot I was still wearing this.
Freminet!
Paimon, are you okay?
She's
For
fine.
a water imp. Thank goodness it was just
She's
you
just-
wearing your helmet.
Not the
Huh?
brightest.
A water imp?
We're investigating a water imp called Thelxie.
Thelxie, you say?
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else who's trying to investigate the water imp?
No, I think our situations are probably unrelated. Sure, if that's in order. I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy. Following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on! Freminet, you never take commissions from other people!
Yeah, but, she made a special request. But out of respect for her privacy, I can't really talk about it. It's alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessarily the water imp, though. We're primarily here to investigate the disappearance of the fish.
The fish?
Fish. Clearly, I wasn't listening.
I think I may have connected the dots. These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish? Well, it was probably because of me.
Bruh.
So that's all it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Probably Freminet.
Yes, I think that's quite likely as well.
So in the end, it was just Freminet. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a hoax.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish this commission as soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back.
We'd be happy to help.
Thanks for offering, but I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
That's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back.
She's not wrong.
Exactly! So if we can help you finish up your work and get the fish back, that would save us an extra trip!
Is that what you'd like to do as well? Huh. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there. I've stored Thelxie in the
Hey
tent.
babe, don't you just
He can
love
respond to some
cleaning up
simple
tangent
verbal
lines?
commands.
Yeah, they're the
Oh.
You
best.
can try calling his
Oh.
name and see if he'll come
Everywhere.
over.
Whoa, sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try.
Your sarcasm speaks volumes.
Look, Morse code. Do I know Morse code? No, but it's
You
there.
did.
I
don't
have a
know it
friend
that
that
well.
knows Morse code, but I haven't spoken to her in years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know some Morse code. I don't know it
So
very well,
that's
though.
Freminet's version of Thelxie.
Or at least
It's also
months.
penguin-shaped, just like Pear.
She's
Yep.
also probably busy.
Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear.
Penguin Town?
It's
I
not
used
really
to know,
any more
like,
famous or
one
important.
word in Morse
Don't
code.
worry about it.
Hey, Thelxie. Nice to meet you. Do you know how to say hello?
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea. As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so he can't really talk to us just yet.
Talking, you just can't understand
It's
it.
so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have two other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
That doesn't sound too hard.
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
A weapon? Will Thelxie have to fight?
Mm-hmm. Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend.
She is so
It's a part
cute.
of my employer's request.
What an imaginative employer. Naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
That's a
Just
lot
like
of
with
Morse code.
artist commissions,
Whoa,
they
what
might
did you
ask
say
for
to
so
me
many
again?
weird things, but
Do you
as long as they're
understand what we
paying
were
you.
just talking about?
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Ah, here we go. I have this testing manual, so feel free to reference it if you get stuck. Want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case. Okay.
Debug motherboard. Ooh, look, a puzzle.
That's not what a motherboard looks like.
Puzzles.
Ooh,
I
look at that.
love
Oh.
puzzles. The cube puzzles in Honkai Star Rail are my favorite. Because they're so complicated.
Go, Thelxie, go.
I need more Mara.
You're doing well.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before, you know.
Then let's move on to the underwater part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after
Careful not
colorful
to get
shells
electrocuted.
and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, that's good. Just let me know if you ever feel uncomfortable. I'll make sure to stay right by your side.
Wait, how did you know?
We're at Lumidome Harbor.
It's a square.
What's a square?
It
This
should be right over
pattern
there.
of burnt grass
We'll be
under a
able to
flower.
find something that'll help us with our search. This is it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection. Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
Flowers. Here.
Alright, these should be enough.
God, the music is so nice in Fontaine.
Yes. Gosh, I'm getting slaughtered by flowers.
Bro, what?
That's fine.
What flowers are you getting slaughtered by?
Pyro Whopper flowers.
Oh.
But I'm creative. I find a way.
Oh, hey, look, a woman.
Ah, Freminet, you're back. I thought
It's
you might have
fine,
been
you just
out
wait for them to
diving.
run out of ammo
I'm
and then
sorry,
whack.
Madame Distray.
Madame
I
Distray.
must have kept you waiting. I can report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor. And these two are...
Oh, they're two of my trustworthy companions. They're here to help me work on Thelxie.
Yes, I see. I suppose it's only natural for someone responsible like you to have some reliable friends.
It's really nice to meet you, Madame Distray. Are you Freminet's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings, my new friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
Oh, do you really think so?
Do I look like a fairy too?
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps. And I wouldn't have had to trouble Freminet here with this commission.
Obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah,
So you
Sounds
don't
more
know
like
anything
you
about
just
my
weren't
request
strict
yet?
enough.
I would have thought Freminet had explained it to you already.
Well, Freminet told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Freminet is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history. But it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
Sure, you can tell us anything.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right? Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water.
No,
My
but that's
child
actually
is
what they
rather
were.
special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
Infatuated? With a water imp? What a brave soul.
Yes, he told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old.
Loneliness syndrome?
It's a type of
That
mental
sounds
disorder.
too familiar.
Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many mundane activities. The syndrome is probably what made him so determined to become friends with the water imp.
Oh
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the traveler now.
no! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
Love that. It's a fucking 2,000 word quota for daily conversations.
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son, but since the disorder is rare, there aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately, such as uncontrollable delusions.
Huh? Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
Boy, that's just schizophrenia.
Then
Yeah.
what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
What's a good way to get a lot of more quickly?
Ley lines.
I'm doing ley lines and I keep running out very quickly.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this?
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see, the story ended with a twist.
How could the story end like
And now it's
this?
raining.
Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your
Again?
son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved or stood for.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusions. Then we have to help him snap out of it.
Alas, Most of the time, he acts as if he
It's
can no
not
longer
that simple,
sense or
Paimon.
interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy. He once
Oop.
wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world, but since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book. If we could
I
use this book
just
as a
now got the
breakthrough for
achievement
his
of unlocking
condition.
all Shrine of Depths in one
Here,
stat.
you can take a look.
So Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a
Oh,
penguin.
that barely gave me any more.
Oh, you look so sad.
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book. However, we'll lead the story to a different ending. One where the water imp prince is eventually able to restore his kingdom with the help of his friend. We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
But if we just need to finish the picture book, why does Freminet need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie, and help him regain his crown and country. But my child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Freminet here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son. Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Salacia Plains. I've already asked Freminet to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, a brave journey through the Kingdom of Water Imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll count as chasing away the monsters in the Water Imp Kingdom, right?
Sadly, no. We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously. And the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's
Hey, babe.
happening is real.
I love you.
So
I love you
we'll
too.
be playing
What would you
it
do in this
straight,
scenario?
or,
What?
If like one of our
making it
kids
a
like got
fully
diagnosed with
immersive
like
experience?
schizophrenia?
Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious.
Was that not a fun question
It's
to
not a
ask?
big deal.
What?
I believe
you
in
hear-
my
like-
son. We can just see this
Sorry.
as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer.
Did you not even? Did you not
Because
even
he's
hear
so
my
enamored
question?
with his dream.
No, I was
Oh.
preoccupied. What happened? What'd you
Zuria.
ask?
I said, what would you
Keep your
do in this
spirits up,
scenario if
everyone.
one of our kids like
If we were to
got
look
diagnosed
troubled,
with
my son
schizophrenia?
is sure to become anxious as well.
Don't ask me. I ain't ever having kids.
I should be
Don't
heading
know.
back right about now to
Little
check on
germ
my son.
bombs.
It'll be
We temporarily
interesting
moved
to
to a place on the hill
deal
over
with.
there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
Understood. There's also one last thing.
That took so much
Since
effort.
these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelxie. I estimate that he should be ready sometime tomorrow.
That's great news. I must thank you all. All right, everyone.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Freminet, do you think her plan will work out?
Let's discuss that over by the tent.
Oh my god, look, babe, it's the Spider-Man meme.
Hey,
Oh no, there's
Hilarious.
two of us.
What is it, Freminet?
hey, you're not Freminet. I'm
If you
Freminet.
don't mind me asking,
I do the same thing
I
with
would like
Kaya
the two
every
of you
chance
to
I
mentally
get.
prepare yourselves. This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
Freminet, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
It's not that I'm not optimistic. It's just...
Ah, so that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Freminet, don't tell Paimon that you also...
No. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just seen many cases of it at the House of the Hearth, back when we lived under the previous director. They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind, to environmental factors, and even ley line disorder effects. Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains. And from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst cases, the patient could even pass away.
What? It can get that serious? And here Paimon thought they'd just stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it.
Hey, now's not the time to be joking around. Don't worry, Freminet. No matter how hard it might get, we'll be able to handle it.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To harbor a fantasy means that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's allowed his dream kingdom to fall is because he's lost control of his heart. But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world. Like helping someone who's lost their voice be able to speak again.
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Freminet?
Well, maybe because I have also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy
Lore?
tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of
Penguin
fantasy
Town.
worlds. So you remembered.
What Penguin Town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that
Chicken pie one.
Hey, why did you put that on?
It's just
Damn.
one of my personal quirks. Please pay it no mind. Anyway,
So when he gets
Penguin
embarrassed, he
Town's
puts
a
on the
peaceful
helmet.
place with lots of penguin residents. They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Well, I often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him. So it's not so much that I made Pear, as Pear chose me as his friend.
Freminet, are you sure you're not losing control of your fantasies as well?
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere. It might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Specific times? Like when you put on your diving helmet?
Yeah, that's the general idea of it.
Really? Paimon just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something. I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some truly wondrous things, as if a fairy tale has become reality. It's almost like a sort of miracle.
Really? Like a miracle?
No, I want to try on your helmet.
Well, if that's in order.
Yep, that's an order.
You think it? Do you think? Do you think it's like the pyro helmet from Team Fortress 2?
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Paimon. Thanks for all of your help.
So that was part 1.
Oh, that was only part 1?
Yeah, fucking.
I thought it was the whole thing.
Oh wow, look at that. That's cool.
Oh,
Code. Somebody get a translator. Somebody look up Morse code.
That's actually a really neat transition into the event screen, actually. Oh yeah, I forgot I can get a fucking Freminet con. He'll wait until 2 days later. Actually, what constellation would my Freminet be at? Never mind, I already have him C6. It's useless to
This
me.
event gives you Mora. I need Mora.
Hallelujah. Time to wait 2 more days.
I don't think I brought the right characters to this boss battle.
What boss are you fighting?
The algorithm of
Oh.
semi-intransient matrix overseer network.
Did you bring an Electro character?
I did, but I'm still
You'll be
working on
fine.
them.
Is your child feeling any better?
They're at
Thank you
level
for your
20,
concern,
Mm.
Freminet. His condition is fairly stable.
and the boss level is
The family
93.
doctor said we might be able to take him out for a stroll today.
Syria, Freminet, we're here!
I should have brought Layla.
Seems like everyone's arrived now.
Hey, babe.
Quite. Aren't we missing someone?
Yes.
But
I love you.
someone has a guess where he might be.
I love you too.
Yeah.
Hey, Thelxie!
Oh.
Oh my god, look at Thelxie. Oh boy, he's got a weapon.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute! I want one!
Oh,
Where's my
she's so
trophy?
cute.
Look at that,
Oh,
babe.
shit, Dragon, hey!
Thelxie's got a weapon.
Oh,
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thelxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself.
Hey, babe, you
Freminet.
want to get a Thelxie for our home?
a what?
A
Oh
Thelxie
gosh,
for our
you
house.
guys need one.
Yes.
I don't know
You
what
should
that is.
definitely
Good
get
eye
one.
for
It'll be our
materials.
fucking intruder alarm.
Everything you found
Bruh.
was high
An
quality.
intruder breaks in, Thelxie just stabs them.
Speaking
Bruh.
of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, could I also trouble you with finding some materials for the crown? You can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins.
Consider
I
it
was
done.
Seems like everything's ready to go.
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking. Since Thelxie has already shown us his brand new appearance, we may already be able to draw a new page in the picture book. What do you think?
Ooh, Paimon's excited now.
What should we draw?
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference?
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff?
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work. Now, as far as the actual content of the drawing,
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to wage war against the darkness.
okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions.
Nice.
Anything else? Color.
My Electro didn't
Hey,
color
babe,
is
what do you
really
think about this as an
important.
artist?
The road in front of him now will no longer
Pretty
be
good.
just
Why?
grayscale,
Is
but
it?
bursting with color and hope. Who
Look
would
at
have
that.
thought the
Oh,
page
wow.
could have
Just become
become
an
so
artist.
inspiring?
I mean, look at it. It looks pretty
How
now.
wonderful. Splendid
That's
ideas,
pretty.
everyone.
Rainbow
Super
fish.
pumped up.
Are you seeing this, my son?
I'm sure he is, Zuria.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this is still just the first page.
That's right. Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should
Wouldn't it
finish
be the
it as soon as
hugest
possible and
twist
keep up the belief
if
and
this
hope
whole
in our
time
hearts.
it was actually Zuria that had the schizophrenia and her kid was all made up?
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look forward to it
Could
as
you
well.
imagine?
So let's get the show on the road and head
I
towards
haven't
the
played
Kingdom
the
of
event yet,
Warnings.
but I've already
None
heard
of
what
us
the
have.
ending is.
Oh, have you? Okay, well then
These
shush.
fantastic adventures begin now.
Part 2. I don't know, the way she was like,
No.
you seeing this? And
Karma.
I was like,
It's real.
oh wow, look babe, we're diving. Whee! Can I dive into you?
No.
Oh.
Look, those are materials that we can use for the crown, right?
God, really, camera?
Let's get some for Freminet.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best material.
Whoa, is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead?
Oh, look at that. Brown.
Did you say brown?
No. Also, oh wow,
I'm
look
gonna
at wow,
brown.
He
look
said
at look at all
broom.
my
He said
characters.
broom, but it sounded like brown.
Wow, I think this is one of the first times anyone on my channel has actually gets to see all my characters listed out here.
Oh my
Bruh.
gosh.
Whale.
No, I am not. Shush.
We all know who the real whale is, but he's
Right.
not here to defend himself.
Exactly. Just use the team I was already using. Bam. Time to kick some ass. Babe, this would be your favorite part of the event. This is the fighting.
Oh yeah.
Wow, look at ruins.
Ah.
Freminet found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining. Oh, yeah, Paimon knows it's...
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some
Pow
decorations,
pow
but
noises
ran
this
out of-
boss makes
Whoa, someone's
reminds me of a
already switched into
really
fantasy
old
mode.
Seems
computer
like the
game on
travelers
Clip
already got the
Penguin.
gist of things. You should do your best too, Paimon.
Don't underestimate Paimon. Paimon can flip the switch too. Now entering Paimon Fantasy Mode. Young adventurer.
What the heck is Paimon doing now?
Guardian goddess of this land. State your goals and intentions for visiting this nation.
We've had a lot of practice interacting with officials.
We are the companions of Prince Thelxie, your divine
Poor
highness.
Mona.
We have come to help
Honestly.
him reclaim the glory that he has lost.
Oh, reclaiming your glory. Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has lost?
Huh?
Did you just pick character, Paimon?
No, this is the goddess's test. From your responses, the goddess has concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your hearts. As such, you are worthy of everyone's respect. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow all 3 types of glory upon you.
Oh my gosh, that
And
took so
as
long to
for
do.
this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory, so your future will
I get
always be
more
filled
from the
with
Leyline
light.
Blossoms.
My gratitude to your divine highness for such generous blessings. Power is now surging through every part of my body.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration of legend?
All thanks to the power of Goddess Paimon.
I am not saying that. I refuse. I will call her White
Charge
Floaty.
bravely ahead and defeat the monsters
For it
that
is
have
what the
taken over
R&R
the
call
kingdom.
her. The R&R are far smarter than she
Oh
is.
wow, look at this. Use Prince Thelxie.
Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just
I wanna see what he
ahead are
does.
some evil enemies
Oh, wow, he
that
did
have
something. Oh, my
invaded
lord.
the kingdom of water imps. They're called really churls of the deep.
Ha! Frost is coming! Get in gear! Pair! Get in gear!
Breaking news! Smile!
Hey, babe.
Yeah?
Mwah.
Those
Mwah.
accursed enemies are back again. Your Highness, please show them what you're made of.
Frost is coming!
I'm not even using, like, Thelxie. I'm just battling.
Get in gear! Pair!
Say cheese! Let the world
Come alive.
Truth bomb!
Mind the deluge. Commencing cleanup! Frost
Does
is
Charlotte say truth bomb?
coming!
Yes, she does.
Frost is coming! Get
She says truth bomb.
Pair!
Interesting.
Frost is coming! Get in gear! Pair!
Smile!
We're under attack again. It's a Lawitro of the deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His Highness is so strong now that even a Diviniturl of the deep would pose no threat to him.
Breaking news!
Dead reckoning! Get in gear! Pair! Frost is coming! Pair! Frost is coming! Kamisato up. Suiyu!
Let the world come alive! Say cheese!
Going under!
Fuck yeah, we did it.
It's finally over. So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the kingdom of water imps?
Yes.
Oh my
it should
gosh,
now
I'm
be
hearing
time for us to
Paimon
attend
twice.
Thelxie's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, I didn't expect this to go so smoothly. It was my mistake. I should have told Freminet earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong. We just eradicated all the monsters in one go.
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once I've made the crown.
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time. And you too, Thelxie, my child.
Thelxie's turning out to be a real expert at fighting.
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like a true prince now.
If you want us
Yes,
to call
I
you
agree
a
as well.
goddess, might as well just call you
Let's
the
head back to
sustainer
Canada.
of heavenly
I
principles.
asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I
Why,
want to make the
heavenly
crown as soon as
principles?
possible.
We can add an update to Thelxie's fantastic adventures as well. Now that we've reclaimed the kingdom of water imps,
Nope. What if Paimon did the same thing that Eula and Yaimiko did when you cut them off? And she
It was
just
just
glares
looking
at
mad
you.
Paimon really wants to update the picture book. Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
Paimon just wants to see herself think a goddess.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. After overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thelxie and his brave companions finally arrived at the entrance to the Kingdom of Water Imps. At this time, the little fairy in the group, Paimon, revealed her true goddess form to her companions.
Oh god, what's the goddess
Finally.
form gonna look like?
She praised the companions for their
I hope they draw it.
and to reward them, she bestowed upon them
Bathed under the
Why don't
goddess.
they draw it to look like the
Aw,
sustainer of
if
heavenly
that would've been-
principles?
that would've been
into
sick.
the bastion of evil, chased away the monsters, and rescued the pretty water imps from their imprisonment. The prince finally managed to reclaim his kingdom. But as for the crown,
Oh no, the crown isn't ready yet!
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to reclaim the crown the next time they fight.
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it all happening now! Whoa, the pages are beautiful! Zuria, talented at drawing.
Thank you, everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. My child, you'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes, right?
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good news for you when you get back home today.
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh, Freminet, about the time you'll need for the crown.
Please don't worry. One day should be more than enough.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our final adventure, okay? And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
Alright, it's about time we start heading off too. You've still got some work to do, right, Freminet?
Yeah. I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown.
Yeah. Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated once you're on the job.
Well, about that... It might be because... It's because... I hope...
Oh, that was a blush. That was cute.
And what's with that look on your face? You're turning red! And it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again!
Am I turning red?
Don't tease Freminet.
Alright. We won't bother you anymore for today, Freminet.
Okay. Thank you. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place
Poor
will
Freminet.
be able to see something beautiful.
That was part 2 went by really quick.
Oh wow, that was quick.
Wait until 2 days again. I assume there's only 3 acts.
Nork?
Yeah, I did. Anyway. So, I wonder what the third act's gonna be about. This is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna finally see the child?
Today's the
Oh my god, I just saw Freminet fucking slide in.
adventures. Let's go find
What's up, bitch?
Hey, Freminet! Thelxie! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, traveler.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, and speaking of...
Oh,
Found
hello.
you
What's
two
up,
at
Deliroshe?
long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about
Come
was
on,
just
you should have
Freminet.
told her in the
The
first
boy with
place
the
and not
missing
waited
fish was
until
his
now.
friend. Don't worry, we'll
Fucking
help you
4
get the
days
fish
later
back as soon as
about.
we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Huh? Freminet diving? No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Are you sure?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut d'Estray.
Wait, Lescaut d'Estrée?
Damn, that child's dead. I was right this whole fucking time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yep.
Who's
They
the
say the
Skitsy?
family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called
Am I
Stray.
right?
Anyway, his mother
Schizophrenia
is a
bitch.
pretty famous art
But
dealer,
like,
while
it's
his
because her
father
child
passed away
died.
in an accident many years ago.
Oh,
Well,
damn.
naturally, his mother
Yeah,
was
I think
devastated
what
by the
happened is
incident
her
and fell
child died,
terribly
and then
ill.
she's been the one
It's
with
said
like
that she
the
left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's
mental
gone.
disorder. I
Schizophrenia?
can't remember the name of. Yeah, that.
Damn.
I couldn't
The
remember it.
disease.
Damn, that's dark.
What?
Can't be,
Oh my
right?
gosh, is that an R&R?
Lescaut d'Estrée? Zuria
Arnara.
d'Estrée?
No, I thought I saw an R&R in
It must
Fontaine. It was
be
just a
some
bird.
sort of a
Oh no.
coincidence?
Another R&R.
I'm sorry, miss.
Another 8-hour
I
class.
gotta go check
Followed
on
me.
something right now.
I follow you to Fontaine.
Apparently.
Time to go check on Zuria. How
Did you
nice of us
finish
to give us a
quest
fucking
number
teleport point to
3?
that.
Swim faster, Sayu.
Excuse us. Is anyone here?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
This is the residence of Zuria d'Estrée, and I'm Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends by any chance? Oh. So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a handle on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic.
Those actions are
You seem to
proof
forget,
that she can
Paimon,
no
most
longer
psychopaths don't look
differentiate
like
between
psychopaths.
fantasy and reality.
Then, all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real.
Paimon always forgets about the
Although
saying of
they
don't
were
judge
all
a book by
things
its
that
cover.
happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since it...
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? Dr. Jala Khan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about before? Well, it's worth a shot.
Yes, this is it. That's right. If what Dr. Jean Lacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria. So we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality. Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again. There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
We doing more fighting?
Mm.
We doing more battling?
Go me!
Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh wow, look at
I
that.
love
Look
that
at the
pink
monster
one.
lists. Fucking all those fuckers.
Babe.
Yes.
Mwah.
Moi.
Yay.
You're cute.
Dustin goes, moi. Edge goes, moi. I go, bleh. It's like,
How dare you?
a
We're here
gas
again.
problem of some kind,
This is
I'm
the
not sure.
final part of
I
Thelxie's
just burp a
journey,
lot.
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. And then she'll be able to recover, right, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Be careful, brave adventurers. Here come the evil monsters that stole the crown. They're... the deep-sea Cyclops. Let's beat them up.
Frost is coming! Pear! Frost is coming! Pear! Frost is coming! Get in gear!
Let my name
Echo and song.
Smile.
Cascade! Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear. Prince Thelxie looks stronger than ever today. We must be going all out. Time to shine. Shower me with thread.
Frost is coming! Going under!
I just realized they gave me trial Freminet. How dare they?
They fucked up everything.
You just realized that?
Well, yeah, but like, what the fuck? Why can't I use my Freminet? Bullshit.
Frost is coming!
Is it the trial for a minute?
No, it's fucking rude.
Theirs is better.
It is not.
Gosh,
It is not.
the game seems to think so.
Oh, the game's fucking wrong.
I thought you were about to say,
remember the
that's
time
fucking
they would give
racist.
people. I remember the time they would give people a trial Tainari during a story quest, but they didn't know how to build their own characters, and it was just bad.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was very fucking bad. Yeah, I remember seeing that they put like fucking Noblesse Oblige or something really fucking stupid on Tainari.
Now I think they put Braveheart.
Pear! Get in gear!
That's not what I wanted.
Kamisato Arc.
Sweet you.
Time to shine. Strike a pose. Hold that pose.
That was funny. Strike a pose. Hold that pose.
Pear! Get in gear! Pear! Frost is coming! Pear! Frost is coming!
Good job. Thank you, Thelxie.
I need a Hoyoverse and Squishmallows need to do a collab.
Give us a little pear and Thelxie fucking plush.
I would buy a Paimon Squishmallow.
I would too, though, Loki.
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends, and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you'd think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is still on schedule. Your friends have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place, because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Freminet, and... Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment, the person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother. Zuria walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
That's the end of the story, Zuria.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child.
Oh, look at him with the crown.
Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again. Maman loves you too.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals.
That's cool.
Ooh.
No.
Maman.
Damn,
Maman
you know what
loves
they
you
did?
too.
They made Bandit fucking autistic.
But I love you
Oh,
more,
look.
Maman.
He's the
Yeah,
kid.
you're-
He's the kid.
What?
Nani?
Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy.
That penguin is so cute.
If it's time for bed,
Oh, who's this
can
human?
you hum
Give
a
us back the
lullaby to
penguin.
me again? Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will
Yeah,
always hum for you.
Oops.
Who sings like that with their mouth? Ew.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace. My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
The music was so nice there, actually. It sounded like a Disney movie.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Freminet, why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks, and she sounded full of energy as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit. But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness. Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful! So it wasn't bad news after all.
Mm-hmm. Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If at some point in the future you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to us?
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original. It's extremely important to her.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she was filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Perhaps.
Clearly, I don't know what I'm
But
doing.
if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
But what else could it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. You saw it too, didn't you?
That can't be what happened.
Yes. I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Hey, babe.
You've completed part 3! Who's up for part 4?
Oh, shush. We know that's the end.
Oh,
I didn't until you said that.
Bruh, usually there's 3 acts in an event.
no.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
one.
Well, that was fun. That was a nice event.
Oh.
Look, there's Pear. See? We basically have it. Alright, guys. Okay. Everyone say goodbye to everyone in the recording.
You suck.
Nah.
Goodbye.